Hey, so we are getting our first major winter snow of the year, and I thought this would be a good time for me to practice some winter skills. What? Bushcraft. Oh, bushcraft. En hiver, j'aime bien faire la bushcraft. Bushcraft. C'est fini. Voilà le bushcraft. 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 Et voilà, bushcraft. I like to call it bushcraft. So I set out to make a tarp shelter in this blizzard and get a fire going in my front yard. And the experience was largely a failure. It took me way too long to put the shelter together the way I wanted to. I experimented, tried 2 or 3 different lays for the wind, and I think that's just indicative of not knowing ahead of time what you want to do. What I ended up with was something I wasn't really happy with either. Other major mistake is I made my fire too close to the shelter, and I had an eddy that was just pulling all the smoke into it, and all I did was smoke myself out. And so I think this really underlines one of the most important things about bushcraft, and that is that you got to practice this stuff ahead of time. I know doing it in your front yard, you might get some weird looks from the neighbors and everything, but I'm so glad to have failed this way in my front yard instead of, out in a state park somewhere, or even worse, in some kind of backcountry. So, bushcraft.